how you want to start the bullet. A draw with the black pieces, take white, see what you can do here. Immediate shift in the openings, as now that it's bullet, Tanya, he says it's time to bring out the Benoni.
If there ever was a good time to play Benoni, is there ever a good time to play the Benoni? But I think given the match situation, you want these kind of openings that are going to be dynamic and completely imbalanced from the very start. And I think the match situation coupled with the time format, perhaps a good choice. Time will tell. Well, g4 does attack the rooks, already a crazy start. And an exchange sacrifice.
Yeah, I will say, though, an exchange sacrifice that I don't think Arjun is too happy playing. This isn't an exciting one. I think that was one that he just didn't like the alternatives. He didn't like the knight jumping into g5 and e6. Instead, I actually think Denis is just in full control here.
I am also struggling to find the attack, the initiative that Arjun is so famous for. You know, when he does give up material, when he does create that chaos on the board. Well, the knight does jump to d3, attacking b2, loses the d6 pawn.
Yep, it's at the moment, I think if he takes the rook, are you that unhappy if you're Denis, right? Because you almost just want to play the position in a way that's not too dangerous.
And he attacks the queen. He blocks that bishop's diagonal. The white rook on a1 will come into the game next. Ideas of rook e7 as well. So far, Denis looks like he is in control. Bishop c6 is the one point that you have to stop. But for that, Arjun has to take the decision to give up his dark square bishop.
Exactly. Really tough to do. So instead, he's going to keep the knight on d3. Denis would love to trade that dark square bishop off, but it's difficult to do at the moment, and you can't double the rooks either. So the knight on d3 proving to be incredibly annoying. I actually think rook takes on d3 is a consideration here.
And I wonder what was the defensive resource had black set up that battery of the bishop and the queen, because it looked so dangerous, Aman, when you had the arrows on the board.
Yeah, the arrows, they really do look menacing, don't they? I guess white probably had pawn to f3, but that's pure desperation.
Wow, and now another miss there by Arjun. And what appears that there should be a knockout. Knight e4 is a knock. And of course, Denis finds it. This guy isn't missing anything today.
He's not. And I'm looking at rook takes on d3, bishop e5 as a way to disconnect the bishop from the king side. The bishop's the only piece holding the entire game together. You can almost sack your queen with it. You know, just get that bishop away.
I was thinking about the exact same idea, because the knight and rook combo would have been deadly, which is why it's been traded off. Knight f6 always in the air. He first targets the c4 pawn, trying to dislodge that knight on d3. 4 seconds now for Denis. If you
okay, we have a repetition here. No, king e6. 3 seconds. What's going on?
What's going on is Arjun's match situation. He just cannot afford another draw. He says this is chaos, but anything can happen in chaos. I'll take my chances. But he just lost.
This is going to be too easy, though. Yeah, no, that was a mistake.